My brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He mentioned this kalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentioned and gave us a meter, and He gave us some metrics to measure the extent of our connection with His kalam. To build a relationship with the Quran, how do I know that I have a relationship? How do I know that my relationship is healthy? How do I know that my relationship is becoming stronger and stronger? We refer back to the Quran for this. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصديا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that verily if this kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were to be sent down on a mountain, the mountain would humble itself, would disintegrate, would bend down, would turn to dust. Min khashyatillah, because of the khashyat of Allah. And Allah said, and we give these examples to mankind so that they might reflect. وَتِلْكَ الْأَمْثَالُ نَضْرِبُهَا لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. What is the meaning of saying, if we were to send this Quran on a mountain, if we were to reveal it, if we were to make the nuzul of the Quran on a mountain, what does it mean? Put a book on a rock? It means if the mountain were to understand the weight and the majesty of this kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mountain would humble itself before this kalam. I ask myself, what about the mountain which is in my heart, in my chest? When this mountain which is in my chest, when it hears the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla jalaluhu, what happens to this rock called my heart, called my qalb? A mountain, the rock would turn to dust. But this rock inside my chest, nothing happens to it. It is intact. It doesn't move, doesn't change, doesn't soften, doesn't disintegrate. And therefore, there is no change in my life. Therefore, even though I listen to the Quran day and night, even though I read the Quran day and night, even though that happens and it gets magnified and multiplied, especially during Ramadan al-Kareem, still my heart is the same. My life is the same. No change. My fears remain the same way. My desires remain the same way. My chasing after that which Allah has prohibited remains the same way. My running away from that which Allah has promised in terms of His blessings, it remains the same way. So what good is the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to me?